Some shows hide the future in plain sight. So here are three of the best examples of foreshadowing that you might have missed. Foreshadowing is when a show drops subtle clues and hints about what's going to happen in the future, and when it's done well, it's insanely satisfying. Alright, let's start with Game of Thrones, one of the kings of subtle foreshadowing, and I think one of the best examples is this scene with Littlefinger.
People die at their dinner tables, they die in their beds, they die squatting over their chamber pots. Everybody dies sooner or later. And don't worry about your death. Worry about your life.
At first, this scene seems normal. It's just Littlefinger being Littlefinger, giving Robb and Aaron this weird, creepy speech about how people die, at dinner tables, in their own bed, and even on the toilet. And you don't think twice about it. It's just a weird, creepy scene with Littlefinger. Nothing new. But then, later in the season, Joffrey dies at a dinner table, Shae dies in her own bed, and Tywin gets shot on the toilet. It all connects. I think this is such a great example because of how subtle it is. At the time, this just feels like random dialogue. But then, later in the season, when it all pays off, you realize how beautiful the setup was. Alright, next up, we've got the king of subtle foreshadowing, Breaking Bad. And one of my favorite examples happens during this scene in the pilot episode and doesn't pay off until the finale.
Yes. Lung cancer. Inoperable.
I'm sorry. I just need to make sure you fully understand.
Best case scenario with chemo, I'll live maybe another couple of years.
During the scene where Walt gets his cancer diagnosis, you hear him highlight how best case scenario, he has a couple, which means 2, years to live. And that's exactly what happens. Walt dies exactly 2 years to this day, just not from cancer. It's such a perfect detail and feels so natural that you might just miss it. And then finally, one of my favorite examples of subtle foreshadowing comes from this scene in Stranger Things.
The Demogorgon!
We're in deep shit.
Will, your action! I don't know. Fireball him! I'd have to roll a 13 or higher.
Too risky. Cast a protection spell.
Don't be a pussy. Fireball him!
Cast protection.
The Demogorgon is tired of your silly human bickering. It stops towards you. Boom! Fireball him, Will! Stop! Boom!
Cast protection.
It was in anger! And fireball! And fireball!
During the scene, we see Mike warn that something's coming. Something's hungry for blood, the Demogorgon, and Will tries to fight him in the game. But then he ultimately loses. And minutes later, the exact same thing happens in real life. I think this is such a clever way to foreshadow the entire series before it even starts. So yeah, those are some of my absolute favorite examples of subtle foreshadowing in TV shows. I definitely missed out on a few, so let me know which ones are your favorite.